Previously on TSR Live.
He wrote an article called Don't Hate on a Skilled Hustler. And he talked specifically about Bryn Cameron, who now has a kid with both Matt Leinart and Blake Griffin. We can sit here and talk about, oh, women have fucked up the game. Listen, man, beautiful girl. She decided to optimize her looks and said, hey, you know what I'm going to do? I'm gonna have kids with the highest value males that I can possibly find. Dude, Bryn Cameron doesn't have to work another day in her life. This is how it is. We know this is what these bitches are out here doing. So, listen, Blake Griffin can bitch and complain all he wants to. I don't feel sorry for him. Not one bit. Not one bit. He knew. He knows how these bitches are. So don't come crying to me. Like, dude, we know how these bitches are. So while you're raw dogging these bitches and then, oh, you judge me pig. Dude, what did you think was gonna happen? What, did you think he was just going to let her walk with no money? Of course not.
And now your man, Donovan Sharpe.
A woman never belongs to you. It's just your turn. Of course her parents don't have a problem with me being black. She's past the wall. Get your fat ass off the couch, start lifting weights, and learn game. You're welcome.
So you got drunk at a frat party, then fucked the football team? You're not a rape victim, sweetheart.
You're a slut.
What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to the 308th edition of TSR Primetime, your nightly dose of red pill truth, wisdom, and awareness. Let's get right to it. Gentlemen, we all know that the divorce rates are way up. We also know that cheating is commonplace in most, if not all, relationships. And as Anthony Dream Johnson pointed out in a Red Man group a while back, the dating market is a shit show. Listen, this is not an exaggeration. Now, as men, we have figured this out, and we've decided, red pill aware men, we've decided to opt out of marriage. And men who go MGTOW or bottom level MGTOW, let's make sure I make the distinction there, they opt out of relationships with females altogether, which of course is understandable considering the way things are now. Now, women have predictably followed suit because, of course, they always have to do what men do. They're always emulating us, thinking that they'll achieve male contentment and all the rest of that. And, you know, listen, that topic is for another show, another day and time. But the main reasons they choose to remain single are very different from the reasons men do. More men are deciding to stay single because many of them have had their eyes opened as to who and what women are. Who and what women really are, which obviously is a far cry from what we've been raised to believe. Now, some men are obviously single because they have to be, right? We call those guys incels. Then you have men who are never getting married because, of course, they have red pill awareness. And then, of course, you have men who are never getting married because they fail miserably in the dating market. Again, we're talking about our incels. The reasons that more men and women are choosing to be single are very, very different. But women are opting for the single life for extremely selfish reasons. Now, some people might say, but Donovan, men are staying single for selfish reasons too. And you would be right. Here's the difference. Men, as men, we would not be selfish if we didn't have to be. In other words, if women weren't so poorly behaved, if they weren't so low quality, if they weren't so slutty, if they just weren't, if they weren't worth the time, investing of emotions and resources, most men, we would settle down like we used to back in the day. And I think the vast majority of men out here would agree. We as men, we can talk all we want about how great it is to fuck a bunch of different women, right? But at the end of the day, we know that settling down with one quality female that we can rely on to be loyal and faithful is a much better life. Of course, if being the operative word. Here's the thing. Girls don't want to stay single forever. They don't intend to stay single forever. Eventually, they would all love to settle down and have kids. But for now, what they're doing is they're spending most of their fertile years and their peak physical attractiveness fucking anything with a dick. They put off marriage and family because they can. Unlike men who do so, we do it because we have to. And men with red pill awareness, we are never taking that plunge. Not a fucking chance. It is Monday, August 6th, 2018. Of course, if you guys watched the show yesterday, I had a couple of streams. Had one talking about the whole Urban Meyer situation. So definitely be sure to check that out. Of course, President Trump is going back and forth with LeBron James. And of course, ESPN is all over it. again, listen, I watch ESPN because, you know, I guess they're the worldwide leader, but I know at some point I'm going to have to wean myself off that narcotic. I mean, the social justice warrioring is everywhere with these people. Oh, wait a minute. I've got static. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut off Blog Talk Radio. So I've been told that I've got static, so let me know if I still have static. All right. I don't know if I've... Hang on a second. No, I think I'm good. Okay, so the static stopped. Okay, perfect. Yeah, okay, so we figured out the problem. And the problem is, of course, Blog Talk Radio. So, yeah, Hashim305 says it was only for a second. I'll pull it back up and see if I can't get it back going on here. But if I can't, it's no big deal. It's no big deal at all. But yeah, Miami J says he stopped watching ESPN completely. I mean, you just can't get away with it. You can't get away from it, man. I mean, literally, all they talk about is domestic violence, rape accusations. You know, player X did this, coach Y did that. Urban Meyer is going to be fired because he knew about an alleged domestic violence situation. So because he knew about it, now he's going to be fired. And you guys can go and check this out, but the reason why Urban Meyer is going to be fired is because the social justice warriors want more blood. You see, Zach Smith was an assistant to an assistant coach. He was a nobody. Well, Urban Meyer found out about this domestic violence situation, found out, I guess, that he'd been charged or whatever. I don't know what the facts are. And he fired him. And a lot of people say, well, he just fired him because he didn't want to get in trouble. Well, yes, this is the reason why coaches fire coaches and they kick players off the team. It has nothing to do with the fact that they don't want them on the team. They know that the lynch mob is going to come for them if they find out, oh my God, you found out, you heard a 2-minute conversation about sexual, sexual misconduct or domestic violence, and you didn't pull out a gun and shoot the guy right then and there. You didn't fire the guy. You didn't put him in a headlock. You didn't just beat the shit out of him. All it takes is an allegation. So that's what's going on in the Urban Meyer situation. And of course, like I said, President Trump, LeBron James. Of course, ESPN is taking the side of LeBron James. Fucking ESPN, Jesus Christ, they let me down every time. Amber Rose sent out a tweet recently, and I think it went something to this effect: women fuck who they want, men fuck who they can. Women are red pill as fuck, aren't they? Listen, I'm gonna tell you what. The women that are the most red pill aware out here are fucking hoes. Like, listen, seriously though, hoes are as red pill aware as they're more red pill aware as anybody. And the reason why is because this is interesting. Men who have a lot of experience with women at some point, hang on a second, end up being red pill aware. And that's me trying to dial back into Blog Talk Radio, pay no attention to that. But women who have also had a lot of experience with men, they're also red pill aware. But here's the thing. Women are born. Oh, never mind. Women are already born with a strong sense of red pill awareness. As soon as they figure out that men want to fuck them, like it all comes together for them. They know what makes men tick. It's so funny. Women think they're so smart. Oh, I know how to figure out a man. No, sweetheart, we want to fuck you. And as long as you don't fuck it up, as long as you keep it on the road, we're going to fuck you. There's nothing there to figure out. And women, you guys are simple too. Just exhibit consistent masculinity and you're already in there. But Amber Rose, of course, the super thought, and lately she can't find a man. She's having a hard time with men taking her seriously. You down with OPP says some hoes are straight up dumb. No, listen, most hoes are dumb, but one thing they know how to do is get dick. Unfortunately for them, getting dick is easy. If you have a reason as to why you think most women are choosing to be single, give me a call. 914-205-5356. Again, that's 914-205-5356. I've got Blog Talk Radio back up. Hopefully the static The static monster won't get us again. If so, we'll just work through it. It'll be all right. If you don't want to call, you can always chat to join in the conversation on donovansharpe.com in the chat room. If you're watching on Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube and you're chatting, you're the only ones who can see it. So come on over to donovansharpe.com if you want to join the conversation with other viewers, and it is just to the right of the video player. If you don't want to chat, you can click on the video only link located just below the video player, again on donovansharpe.com. Follow, add, and like me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Just do a quick search for Donovan Sharpe on all 3 platforms. DonovanSharpe.com is the place to go for all things Donovan Sharpe. You'll get access to the 200 plus columns that I have written for Return of Kings and NegroManosphere.com. You can also sign up for my newsletter, which will notify you of when I go live on any platform. Now that, of course, will be replaced by the Donovan Sharpe mobile app, which will allow you to enable push notifications. The tentative launch date for that is 2 weeks from today, which is going to be or actually a week from today, which is going to be August 13th. So barring any unforeseen circumstances, the Donovan Sharpe mobile app will be available 1 week from today, and that's going to be available for iOS, Android, BlackBerry, Windows Phone. I don't know how many people. I think maybe 16 people have BlackBerries, maybe 12 people have Windows phones. I can't hate on Windows phones, of course, because I used to have one before I changed it up for my iPhone. My phone died. Anyway, Donovan Sharpe mobile app will be available on August 13th. To get access to all of my content, past, present, and future, all it takes is to become a $5 patron on patreon.com/Donovan Sharpe. For less than 17 cents a day, all video and audio versions of every live episode of TSR Primetime will be available on Patreon. The replay of tonight's episode will be available tomorrow morning on Patreon. You'll also get access to my interviews with Red Pill heavy hitters, such as Rollo Tomasi, Alan Roger Curry, Alpha Male Strategies, Minister Jap, Illimitable Man, and many, many more. So head on over to DonovanSharpe.com to get your hands, patreon.com/Donovan Sharpe to get your hands on the kind of actionable content that you can put into practice immediately and completely change your life. 914-205-5356 is the number to call. Let's go to the phone lines. Area code 678. You're on Live with Donovan. Go ahead.
Hey, Donovan. How's it going?
Hey, what's up, brother?
Hey, all right. So I got a reason why it is that they remain single.
Okay.
Helps them cling to their delusions. Society tells them from the get-go, while distracting us and preventing us from developing our red pill knowledge, that they're so valuable, they're to have this, that, and the third thrown at them just because they got a vagina and all this shit. Then they get older and they can't find a man, and they, as much as they hate to admit it, they don't really want to deal with a woman. Matter of fact, I've met bisexual females that say they still prefer men because females are too much bullshit. So when they realize that they can't get a man, no man wants to deal with them, they try to just keep to themselves, and then you get stuff online like, I tried giving up men for months and even that didn't go well. They can tell themselves, oh well, I'm intimidating, oh well, I'm too good for him, oh well, maybe he's not ready for me, he ain't man enough for me. It helps them keep close to the bullshit society tells them because they don't want to face reality.
Yeah, listen, you're absolutely right, and you're kind of foreshadowing the very first reason, and I'll get into that here in just a second. But listen, you're absolutely right. Women, the reason why women stay single is because they think they have all the time in the world, right? Like the culture tells them that they are like wine and they get better with age. Well, I think in the red pill sector, we know that men age like wine, women age like milk. Like, we get that. We obviously understand that, but women don't. And then, of course, we have the hashtag cougar life where, hey, a woman gets better with age and you should date cougars because they're experienced and because they have kids you already know they're going to be good mothers. It's just, men and women alike are sold a bad bill of goods, and both men and women are suffering. The only ones who really make it out with any sort of semblance of sanity are men who are red pill aware, because listen, these women they're not going to do anything different. They're going to continue to be hoes until their dick turning assets shrivel up. That's the way it goes.
Oh, that won't even stop them. You find an old bitch, she'll try it still.
Listen, you're absolutely right. The thirst is real. That's for sure.
I got a cousin that's fucking an older bitch, and then it's like, you try to tell them anything, even when they're younger, they don't want to listen. They are that damn lost.
Nope. Yeah, there's no hope, and it's going to get worse before it gets better. I always say this, and thanks for the call, area code 678. it's going to get worse before it gets better. I know that feminism is the way the sexual marketplace is now. It's not going to change for the better in my lifetime. I know I'll be dead and buried before things start to change. I don't know, like, Devin, I mean, she seems to think that, there's going to be some pushback. We're actually sitting down watching TV the other day, and we saw 3 straight commercials where it was just men being emasculated. Women are strong, men are weak. And even she sees it. She's like, it's funny. She said to me, there's gonna be pushback. Like this isn't going unnoticed. People are seeing this happening right now. And I'd like to say that I agree with her, but I don't know. And I don't know, social justice warriors, they're the minority. And I think that was on full display with the election. I think the election proved that the vast majority of people, at least the people that matter, maybe they might have red pill traditional values, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Well, Hillary won the popular vote. Guess what? The bitch lost the election, so fuck you. If you are watching on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter, come on over to DonovanSharpe.com to watch the remainder of the episode. Again, my Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter audience, come on over to DonovanSharpe.com to watch the rest of the 308th edition of TSR Primetime. My thanks to you guys for tuning in, and I will see you over here in just a few minutes. And as we go to the chat, let me get a shout out to my mod squad here. Wow. I'll tell you what. It is lively in here today. Hashim 305, Red Jedi, Sammy B, Yosef Israel, Miami J, Manish, Suede Senator, Freelance Ronin, Zen Gen X, Rule Zero Dad, Young Theo. Young Theo actually makes a very good point. He says the red pill makes me sad. He says, feels like everything is damned if you do, damned if I don't. Yeah, listen, you're 100% right, man. One of the stages of the red pill is obviously, we go through the anger phase because we then realize that we've been sold a bad bill of goods. But at some point,